Hello everyone, my name is Lemonia Fotinos, and I'm going to give you an informative speech on 3 different toxic plants. The spotted hemlock, which is white and has multiple little flowers and spreads out and looks like a star. The buttercup is bright yellow. And the red maple tree, which is our very tall friend, the red looking maple tree.
Oh my god, my horse is laid down dead in the pasture. You never want to have to say that as a horse owner, and you never want to have to tell a horse owner if you are the barn manager of an equine facility. So like many of you, I had no idea what some of the toxic plants were to horses until a few semesters ago when we went over it in one of my equine courses. So it wasn't until after my research assignment did I think to pay attention to what horses were eating, especially around, the fields and arenas and things like that. So I'm going to inform you about these toxic plants because you never know when you may pull into an area with horses and some toxic plants are actually nearby. And no one's going to be able to identify them but you, which is good because then you might be able to save a horse's life. So let us begin with our innocent friend, or I should say frenemy, our innocent frenemy, the spotted hemlock. So according to localriding.com, it said that if a horse consumes 25% of their body weight in hemlock, it will be deadly. So all parts of this plant are poisonous. The fruits contain the greatest concentration of the plant's poison. Poison hemlock gives off a really bad odor when crushed, so horses rarely eat this because of its low palatability, which is good for horse owners. Some say poison hemlock plants harvested within hay can actually maintain its poisonous properties. So others mention that the toxin's relatively neutral after the plant has been cured, but just to be safe, we're going to avoid poison hemlock altogether. Symptoms of poison hemlock will appear within a few hours of ingestion, so horses can begin with sudden unexpected collapse, nervous trembling, salivation, incoordination, and dilated pupils. Horses' pulses may become weak and appear blue in appearance, so their gums, their lips, anything like around here would look blue or purple, which is a very bad color. The horses may be disoriented or unaware, and depending on the volume of the poisoning, the horse can sometimes benefit from early use of stimulants like stomach tubing. If respiratory shutdown can be avoided, a horse can pass any remaining ingested leaves, which is good news for a horse owner. Full recovery is possible without any long-term ill effects if caught early enough. So now, following with our frenemy, the buttercup. According to King County Environmental, all buttercup species are poisonous when eaten fresh by horses. So this is due to the sap in the plant. Buttercup's bitter taste usually keeps horses from eating too many of them. However, consumption in large amounts can cause blistering in the mouth and in their GI tract and often gives GI upset and irritation. Poisoning can occur when buttercups are abundant in overgrazed fields. Visible symptoms include bloody diarrhea, excessive salivation, colic, and severe blistering of mucous membranes. So, the toxin's power degrades by drying, so hay containing dried buttercup is safe. Finally is our friend, I should say frenemy, the red maple. According to the University of Kentucky's College of Agriculture, red maple trees can cause serious health issues in horses. So if horses ingest wilted or dry leaves, again, that's wilted or dried leaves, it can cause damage to red blood cells, and that will cause death in the horse. Poisoning tends to occur in late summer, fall, and after storms. Makes sense because leaves are on the ground, horses are grazing. So generally after a storm, late fall, and the summer, you should pay attention for what's on the ground. The toxin responsible has not yet been identified, but it only appears when leaves are dried or wilted, which is good. So a fresh leaf, not as big of a deal. Signs can vary in poison horses. This includes depression, poor appetite, yellow or brown gums. So remember, your gums, if you flip them out, they should be pink. Pink is healthy. Any other color than that is not good. Signs can vary again. So colic, brown or red urine, not good. Even in humans, that's not good. So colic, again, is a mess up in the GI tract, so it knots. So the knotting is so severe that it can cause death, which is not good, of course. So A fast heart rate and respiratory rates can also occur. Of course, you're going to tell that the horse is panting. His nostrils are going to flare like gigantically. Horses' nostrils can relax about that big, depending on what breed of horse it is. And when you can tell that the respiratory rates are like increased, it's just opening and closing, rapid on the nostrils. So in pregnant mares, which is the female horse, abortion can actually occur, and then death to the mare. And kidney failure can also occur in all horses. If ingestion of dried or wilted maple leaves is witnessed, the owners or handlers need to call for help immediately. Treatments range from IV fluids, blood transfusions, administration of activated charcoal, and a combination of all of these treatments. The processes of a treatment should be instituted as soon as possible and can be effective in many cases. The chance of death is dependent on the amount of leaves ingested. So, as little as 1.5 grams of wilted or dry leaves per kilogram of body weight can be fatal. So that roughly rounds to 1 pound of dried leaves can kill an adult horse. In conclusion, I'd like to remind you that education, awareness, and prevention is key when having, handling, and dealing with horses and toxic plants. Weed control and leaf control is very important when dealing with these horses. Remember that what these plants look like, because this will be key to you being a superhero one day and saving a horse's life. I'd like to remind you again that awareness is key. So leaving off, here are the photos of the toxic plants again, and remember your frenemies.